Jackie Kennedy once said, "A camel makes an elephant feel like a jet plane." The Embraer Phenom 300 is the best-selling private jet on the market today, owing to its elegant design, cutting-edge technology and efficiency, which make it one of the most cost-effective aircrafts in terms of cost per available seat mile, making it ideal for owner-operators due to its dependability. However, the performance of the Phenom 300 is different from the versatility of the Pilatus PC-24, which is a multi-purpose powerhouse capable of moving from gravel to grass. Now the sensation is all around the HondaJet. Welcome back to Daily Aviation. So you've already seen the caption of what the topic is. Are you ready to learn more about it? Well, let's get into it. Nobody will be surprised the Honda aircraft has released a design for the larger, faster and longer range jet, which the firm calls the HondaJet 2600 concept. When the HondaJet made its debut 5 years ago, Plane & Pilot was the first to try to fly one. The 2600 is just a concept, so Honda Aircraft is reaching out to potential consumers to seek comments and fine-tune the design. As a result, Honda Aircraft is offering what we interpret as approximate targets for the plane's specification goals. Honda intends to demonstrate that a single pilot jet is capable of carrying up to 10 passengers, traveling quickly and going very far. Let's take a closer look at today's business jet market to understand how they expect to accomplish that. The Cessna Citation series, the Phenom family from Embraer, and the HondaJet are the three primary competitors in the lower end of the light jet market, formerly known as the entry jet segment. With the enormous popularity of its Citation jet models, Cessna can be argued to have popularized the small business jet market. The Eclipse 500's contribution cannot be understated, and Cirrus went one step further with the Vision jet. However, Honda Aircraft followed suit. It began in 1986 as a top-secret research project in Japan because of the country's immense potential for the light jet market. At first, they only had a team of 4 engineers, led by Mishimasa Fujino, so it wasn't very big. The MH-01 turboprop and the MH-02 twin-engine light jet were the 2 experimental airplanes that the crew created. Fujino created the HondaJet by applying the lessons that he learned from these experiments to the creation of an altogether new aircraft. One pilot can comfortably pilot the HondaJet, a genuinely wonderful and innovative aircraft. Its length is 42 feet 7 inches, its wingspan is about 39 feet and 9 inches, and its height is about 14 feet and 11 inches. It's highly efficient at 33,000 feet, flying at 420 knots, and will burn about 999 pounds per hour. Also, whilst flying at 360 knots at 43,000 feet, will burn about 542 pounds per hour. The 2 GE Honda HF120 turbofan engines are equipped with 2,000 pounds of thrust each. This allows for a maximum takeoff weight of about 10,700 pounds. This plane is perfect for trips like LA to Texas, London to Barcelona, New York to Atlanta, and Toronto to Chicago because it can go up to 1,650 miles between refueling stops. As a result of the HondaJet's 43,000-foot service ceiling, you'll simply soar above the clouds. The design maximizes cabin capacity by minimizing the construction necessary to mount engines on the back of the fuselage. Future Mishimasa Fujino desired a distinctive design that separated the engine from the jet's body because it increased cabin space and reduced noise levels compared to its rivals. The HondaJet 2600, which would revolutionize the single-pilot jet market, was unveiled by Honda Aircraft at the NBAA Business Aviation Convention and Exhibition in fall of 2021. Honda isn't just there to provide another light jet that looks like the others, they're here to rule. The HondaJet 2600 shares an exterior appearance with the original HondaJet, but it differs greatly in innumerable aspects. As a result, developing it will be difficult, mainly because, to meet the new criteria, a straightforward modification of the existing HA420 jet will not be sufficient. Are you finding the video interesting? Are you excited to watch the rest of the video? If so, well, don't forget to click the subscribe and the like buttons. With a projected cruise speed of 450 knots, a range of 2,625 nm, and a ceiling of 47,000 feet, it is unquestionably superior to the other single-pilot aircraft like the Phenom 300 and the PC-24 in its class. Although the new HondaJet flies farther, the closest competitor is the Cessna Citation XLS Plus, which has the same number of seats, a cruise speed of 440 knots, and a range of 2,100 Nm. However, Cessna's world-class service center and the product's long-term success would make it difficult to face off against. This jet cabin is one of the largest in its class, measuring 25 feet long, 5 feet wide, and 5 feet high. The corridor has been deepened to reach a 5-foot height. However, the length of the cabin is excellent. It comfortably seats 11 people, including one pilot, and the configuration options of the cabin are flexible. Simple ones would be a double club, an executive, or a divan, which features a side-facing couch. Despite the little trick they pulled there, anyone taller than 5 feet will still have to bend down just to get to their seat, which is the same thing that you'll find in other light jets. For those who wish to take a nap in the back, the footrests of the club seats may be folded up to create a flat surface on which to place a thin mattress. The cabin can be pressurized to 6,000 feet thanks to the fuselage's composite construction, which is significantly superior than what you'll find in other planes of its class. The restroom, which is the most crucial component of any passenger aircraft, and the feature that most passengers wouldn't swap for anything, is found in the tail area behind the cabin and is roughly the same as what you'll find on a HondaJet Elite. The fact that the engine is not positioned on the fuselage also leaves a lot of room in the back of the aircraft, which increases both the cabin's capacity as well as its cargo capacity. The 2600 lacks a cargo area in the nose, unlike the HA420 HondaJet, yet despite this, it still has one of the largest cargo areas, measuring roughly 120 cubic feet. The new jet demonstrates Honda's love of automation, redundancy, and simplification of piloting. The Garmin G3000 system, which is the heart of the avionics and will be fully customized for the particular aircraft, is at the center of the system. The Honda Aircraft 2600 will be the fastest, largest, and longest-range single-pilot business jet ever. Therefore, the main objective of everything is to lighten the pilot's workload. The 2600 model refers to the flight range of 2,600 miles, or more accurately, 2,625 miles, or 4,862 kilometers, with 4 passengers and 1 pilot on board, which is far more than you'll get in any other jet of its class. Despite its larger size, it requires less runway for takeoff and landing than smaller aircrafts. The takeoff and landing distances are both 1,006 meters or 3,300 feet for the big brother and 762 meters or 2,500 feet for the small brother respectively. This jet will be 40% more efficient than mid-sized jets and should be 20% more efficient than its contemporaries, allowing it to fly many routes that were formerly served by larger aircrafts. Although the name HondaJet 2600 is still only on paper, Honda may decide to give the production aircraft a different name. All these performance figures are still only on paper, so we still need to get the flying prototype. Honda Aircraft showed a model of the HondaJet 2600 concept, which was advertised as the next generation business jet to get consumer input and gauge market demand. And with that, we come to the end of today's video. How do you feel about the new HondaJet? Comment below and let us know. Hit the subscribe and the like button if you enjoy our videos, and also refer to other amazing videos from our YouTube channel. But that is all for today, so we will see you in the next video.